Well, I've been a part of FCA since I came here in 2018, so this is year 5, which is crazy. We've been here 5 years already. I started out just with the volleyball team, and KJ and Hallie and Rachel kind of introduced me to like come to FCA and church and all that stuff. I guess they were the reason I started going to FCA probably, so shout out them. But I have I'm a completely different person than who I was in 2018 because of the way that God has molded my life with FCA. And then when Brittany got here, she took over that women's Bible study, and that has just like blown up. Like her house is packed every Wednesday, I feel like, and she truly is one of the reasons that I feel so confident in my faith, and it's just grown and it's continuing to grow every week. I feel like that we're here, so it's just been one of the most important things I've had in my life.
So I don't even remember who invited me to FCA or how I ended up going, but it might have been Kelsey Jones, who was our GA. Miss her, love her so much. I would say she played a huge role in my faith journey. She kind of planted a seed in me. When I was a freshman, she just loved me really well, just kind of differently than I'd ever experienced before. And obviously now I know because she had Jesus in her. So I kind of got more involved with the serve team, so I started serving for FCA. And then eventually I met Brittany. She just loved me so well. She reminded me of Kelsey Jones so much. And she asked me one day, she was like, "Have you been baptized?" I was like, "That's crazy that you just asked me that. I've been thinking about it so much, but I've just been scared to take that step." And so I ended up getting baptized. We got baptized together. Yeah, so FCA has played like a huge part in my faith, and God has used it crazy in my story. I had a certain kind of joy before I was in Christ, but now I have a peace that surpasses all understanding, and I know what that means now, and I understand it because I can feel it. And I would say that's the biggest difference. I'm not worried about my eternity. And I'm not worried, and therefore I'm not worried about a lot of other things because I know where I'm going. Even just this past year for me, I've really figured out, I guess, and God has shown me what godly community is supposed to look like. I've always prayed for that. I've always wanted that. And even just recently, I've just got a godly group of women around me, and I didn't realize the blessing I was missing out on having that. And I feel it's just so encouraging, and and all these girls I've met through FCA. I just went on spring break with 5 girls, the all of the Lord, and all my other spring breaks looked a lot different from my last spring break, Yeah.
I mean, it's, being a part of a volleyball team, it's just you're always surrounded with people, but it's different seeing how much it truly does change when you have a community of people that all have the same love for the Lord. It's just different. Like you said, I didn't really notice it until this year. I feel like it's blown up for both of us, because we're in the same friend group, kind of.
Yeah.
But I just think it's crucial. I've grown so much, even more in this past year, with just the fellowship and community you have, because you're not alone. You're not going through this one thing. Sometimes when you're going through things, you think you're the only one that's ever gone through it, but then when we're able to have that community you talk about, they're like, "Oh, I'm not alone." They understand. And so I just think it's crazy because it's been such a crucial part, even now when we're pretty solid in our faith, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're always growing, but having that community and fellowship is a blessing that I didn't get to have before, really.
Yeah.
And I've even seen so many of our friends change too, so it's been a blessing, I would say, for sure.
Obviously before we were baptized, before we kind of surrendered everything, we definitely found our identity a little bit, in volleyball and who we were as far as that. And so being able to use our Instagram and just the platform that we have as an athlete to glorify God instead of ourselves, I think.
And I mean too, just my roommate, she's on the volleyball team too. One night she was just asking me a million questions, talking about it all, and then the next day she texted me that she was gonna get baptized. So it was just little things that we see, it's like, wow, like God's really working always.
It really is crazy to think about, like, how God used FCA as a vehicle for, like, both of us,
So much.
you know?
And even just from our freshman year to now, not even just like our team, but like.
Because sometimes I don't even think about it. I just
no,
think
I
about.
don't. It just,
Yeah.
it's like the way just this campus is changing too. Like the different sports teams that are now coming to FCA that I'm like,
I would say.
what?
Yeah.
Like, it's grown so much.
FCA is important to me because it showed me the real Jesus.
I can't
Yeah.
follow that.
Yeah, no. That was the Holy Spirit, like,
Yeah,
right there.
boom. FCA is important to me because of the community it provided.
I'm Katie Isenberger, and I'm a Christian athlete.
I'm Ashley Hood, and I'm a Christian athlete.